Welcome to Feature Friday, where we explore all the cool functions of our Roof Wizard software. Today we have what looks like a fairly complicated roof. I guess it is, if you not thinking in the way we like to think, and that is to say that a complicated roof is usually a series of simple roofs. And if we break it down, it always works out to be a whole lot easier than it otherwise might be. So in this case, what have we got? We've got a big roof with an eave height all the way around here, an eave height of 10 feet. And we've got another little bit of a roof up here, which has an eave height of 13'4". I've already imported the PDF and I've scaled it, so I'm working at full size. And to save a bit of time, I also digitized the outline already, so I've got the outline. And the key thing to note is that when I got down to this corner, I went straight across the middle there so that I can take care of this separately. Now, I'm not going to change the outline because it's correct. And the key thing to note here is that that's an eave height of 10 feet. Eave overhang is 1'4", gable 1 foot, 6'12", and yep, that's all good. So we hit OK. And there are no vertical planes or gable ends, so we continue and it builds the roof. So that looks pretty good, except for the fact that we've got a Dutch Gable there. So we use our modify roof function and go Dutch Gable. Select the ridge line and stretch that out to be whatever it has to be. So it's from that flashing line to under there. And the gable overhang will be 1 foot, and we hit OK and it builds it. That's good. So there's the main part of the roof done. That was simple. Now we go to the next part, which is the elevated portion, and I've already done that outline for you. And you want to delete these? No, that's a big bit we want to keep. And you want to change the outline? No, because it's already correct, and we hit OK. The big detail change here is 13'4". That's the one we want to change. Everything else stays the same. We hit OK, and there's a vertical plane on that end, so that creates a couple of planes that will intersect with this main roof and create those valleys. Yes, and I have another vertical plane on this edge, which will give us this little gable treatment there. So there's our two gables, and continue, and it builds our roof. Fantastic. So just have a quick look at that in ISO view so we see what we've done. Big old roof here at a different eave height. If you look at that from the front view, you'll see what we've got, the main roof and this other thing hanging out the front. We go back to our plan view, and now we've got to intersect some planes. Now when we do this, the software does its best to rebuild. It doesn't always get it right, but that's why we have all our Smart Lines tools and what we're exploring today. Okie doke, we go to modify roof and intersect planes, and we're not going to tell it to intersect all, we're just going to select the planes we want to intersect, so it keeps the damage to a minimum. And we're going to delete the planes that are underneath, and we're going to get that roof plane to intersect with that roof plane, and also intersect with that roof plane. Left and yes, and whoa, that was easy. So we've got valleys, we've got a bit of a mess here we've got to clean up, but otherwise, wow, that looks pretty damn fine, eh? So we go into our ISO view. I find it so much easier to work when you're in nice Smart Lines to do the ISO, because you can visualize the geometry and what you have to do with it. First thing I spot, which is easy to fix, is that little bit there has to project into the wall of the upper part, so we'll do that straight away. Extend barge. We'll extend that barge line in to the overhang of 1'4", and that goes in, and this one will do the same, so we'll do that straight away too. Okay, so that's those two things done. That's the easy part there. Next we have to fix up this area here, and this is all just using the Smart Lines functions. First of all, we need a bit of a line that's going in there, so we'll do a line copy, and we'll select that line there, and middle button, snap that into there. I'm also going to need another bit of that line, and it's got a, no it won't, we're going to need that one, it's going to, not that one will project down here somewhere. And we're also going to need another bit of valley to no, we'll leave it like that, I think. Okay, so the next we do is to trim to the Z. This is a function where we take this end of the line and it's got to stop where that wall line would be. You go, oops, yeah, that's right. So if you project that down, that line would stop at that wall. And that's done exactly the right thing. Now we need a little bit of line that will go up the side of that wall. So we'll copy, there's a line that goes in, that's the line that goes in the general direction we want. Middle button, snap that there. Now we've got to trim that end of that, oops, to the Z, that end of that line to the Z of this wall. Looking good here, eh? Then we copy that line, because it'll do the job for me, whoops, and middle button, snap it there. And then that, if we trim to Z, trim that end of that line to the Z of where that valley would be. And gee, we're getting close, and we're going to copy that gable end, because you'll notice that the Dutch Gable line disappeared itself. So we'll do some trimming to corners. We'll trim that end of that to that end of that one there. I want to zoom in a bit so you can see better. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty fine. And we're going to delete this plane because I'm going to put it back in again in a minute. So now I can trim that end of, you can't trim the lines if they're connected to a plane because the lines define the plane. So put that line there, just that was a guiding, sort of a guiding line. Whoops, move that so you can see. I don't really need that line. That was just, I don't need that line because it was just providing me some guidance to if I was doing things correctly, and no to that, yes to that. And I probably want to delete that little fella there too, don't need him. So now I can trim that end to the corner, back down to there. There we go, looking pretty fine. So now what I can do is tell the plane to go back in, put that plane in, track around the line, no to that, yes to that, and no to that, and yes to that, and it's a metal roof, good-o. Then we'll go around, not that one, automatically tracks around, okay, and holy moly, there it is, just about done. I've got this bit of stuff there I don't really want, so I can delete, I can draw a box around it and get rid of it. That's a quick way to do it. It will only delete stuff that can be deleted. And my friends, that's about it. Oh, no, it's not. I've got a gable end here yet, so let's do that. Modify roof, Dutch Gable. We want to project that to be a Dutch Gable, and we're going to measure the distance from the front of it from there up into there with a 1 foot overhang. Hit OK. Okie doke, ISO view, and oh crikey, more cleanup to do, but that's okay, it's not a big deal. So we'll what we need to do here, zoom in so you can see, and we need to trim some lines and planes and stuff. So the lines and planes that will be affected, I need to delete those. So now I can trim my lines. Smart lines, trim to a corner. Trim that valley back to that end of that, and we're going to have to put a line in, so we'll copy that line and plonk it back into there, so I got something to go to. And now trim to a corner, and put that in. Good-o. And now I'm going to copy another couple of lines. That line's got to go up into there, and that line's got to go into there. More line trimming corners. That one and that one and that one and that one. Now put some planes back. Yes. Yes. No, hang on, wrong one. That one. No. Yes. And okay, and that one, yes, and that one, no, yes, and okay. Now we're getting there. How about that? All it is left to do now is to check all your line categories, check the line categories, and if that's not a gable and it's going to be an end wall or a side wall, do those little things. Just a matter of double clicking on the line and telling it to be something else. That's going to be an end wall, and so just tell it to be an end wall, and so they're necessary checks so that your flashing list turns out to be correct. And you'll probably have a side wall there. That'll be a side wall, so we'll make them a side wall, and that one's side wall too. Better make him a side wall while we're at it. And my friends, that's the job. Just remember that a complicated roof is a series of simple roofs. Go through this video in slow time, stop and watch at this point you need to, and you will learn a great deal by how to do these things. But that roof now is absolutely bang on. You can do a reliable quotation. Your cutting list will be perfect. Your cutting list for your trims will be perfect, and your estimate of the costs and everything else will be spec on. So that's about it for Feature Friday for this week. I hope that was helpful, and look forward to catching you again on Feature Friday. Bye for now.